G'day everyone and welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. I'm JH and this is Tom's Brook Farm. Today we are getting ready for seeding. So the guys are going to do a point change on the bar, check hoses, tyre pressures. We've got hoses to change off the section control. We've also got to get the bin all sorted. That's just checking the chains and getting all the doors all closed and going to the correct bins. Greasing, all that sort of stuff. It's a bit windy today, so Henry won't be spraying. I've also got to do all the VR maps in here. So yeah, let's get into it. Boys are busy whacking away, and Dad and I are going to check over the bin, make sure that that's all good. Last year at the end of the season we took all the augers out and then we just give them all clean and then we chuck them back in, so we have to run the thing up after that, but we're just checking the chains, see if they need changing, because I believe they were new last year. I
think they've nearly put new ones on again.
Well, now we've got to go and see if we've got chains in the shed.
We have got 40 pictures, we've got a couple of boxes of them.
Oh well, we'll take some chains with us and we will go and make some new chains. They're getting easier.
I changed to a smaller hammer and I got like all of that done in the time I did like one.
Really?
Hammer.
So they aren't having they're having a lot of fun because it's they are a bit rusted and a bit dirty. That's the joy of being a seeder driver, isn't it, George?
I don't know, I haven't been one yet.
I reckon you've done that before.
Like I said yesterday, mad dog old man skills.
Whilst Dad is busy in there making making chains, I'll get the bin covers all on. They're obviously all off because we cleaned the bin out last year. The next thing we're going to do is put these covers back on there, but we leave them off because that's how we calibrate. We've got to have them off to calibrate. So that will be a last job we do. Three more to go. Boys are nearly finished. Onto the putting the points back on. Dad has gone and put all those new chains back on. Just got to put our canola one back on. That only did 1500 hectares of spinning, so it doesn't really need to be changed. So I'm just going to finish putting the bin lids underneath, and then we need to check our chain on the cross augers there. There's a bit of movement in it.
Just give it a lightly tap.
Perfect.
That's not good, eh?
Yeah, it is. We reckon we'll leave the chains. They're fairly good. We did change them halfway through the season last year because they broke. But what we are going to see is if we can find bearing in the loft to change those bearings because they are pretty worn out. And again, it's going to its 6th season, so we better do it now and not during the middle of the night. So up to the trusty loft I go to try and find some bearings that are going to fit the bottom of that auger there. Now they're so worn out that, well, I should say so rusted that you can't get a number off them. So we're going to assume something like this 205 is going to do it. So I'll take it down, go and see. While I'm up here, the next thing we're going to do, once all the bar is prepped, ready to go, is we're going to put this on. Now that is for the spreader, because we're going to be just spreading mouse baits, because there's already mice out in the paddocks. We don't want them to eat our nice crop that we put in the ground, so we're going to have to get the ball back onto the back of the ute, and then we're going to have to just change those things around and edit a few things in the screen to make sure that it works, and then we'll be ready for killing some mice. We actually don't have any bearings that are going to fit the cross augers back there, so we're going to just get some and have some on hand in case they go. Hopefully they don't, at least we'll have some in the shed if it does. So the boys are busy putting points back onto the bar. Dad's about to start pumping some tyres up, and then I jumped in here to do the VR maps and jobs on here. And as you can see by the no GPS, it's not working too well, and the reason being is the SF3 subscription has run out. So it's a good thing we're doing this all now, being Easter about to come up. It's going to be a lot more difficult to get a hold of people. So now I'm trying to deal with the app to talk to someone to get a get a subscription put back on the receiver. Whilst I'm busy waiting for the tech guys to get back to me with the activation code, I'm just setting in our canola runline tracks, and I'll explain more on that when we get to seeding canola. But I've got to change all our current tracks to canola because we're going in a different angle. It'll make more sense once we actually get seeding. After a long awaited time, while the receiver finally tracked all its satellites, we've finally got them tracking. And look, I've finally got a little tractor up there. I can move it around. I got my boundaries. I'll do that. There we go. We've got some boundaries up there. I can finally set the screen up to get going. Alright, so got my seeding job there. It's going to there. Look at that. I've got my VR. No, I only want the 22 season from last year. That's going to be going on that one there. FERT, rescale, and the default will be 80 kilos a hectare. We go enter, enter, boom. And that's the VR map. So the guys will be able to, when they're seeding along, they'll just be able to open the paddock up and the VR map pops up, and then all they've got to do is in the seeding page is on the ag flow there, they're just got to change that from the auto to VRC, and now it's going to do it all by itself. So now I just got to go and set it up for every paddock. So the reason I'm using last year's is because I was pretty happy with how the VR maps were for last year. The only thing I will need to change is, and I'll show you when we get into the other paddocks that I've clayed, I just need to change them on the computer, because obviously where the sand is, it's not getting much fit. So essentially the colours are, the lighter it is, the more fert it is, and then the darker it is, the less fert it's going to get. Screen's all done apart from the ones that I need to just add in, and the boys are out the back, they're changing some hoses and then they'll be pumping up some tyres. So I've just got to go and get on the computer and do those last little ones now to put our tray back in, and then also put our Auger screen in. We just have the tray in just to put all our things. Like we've got remotes, scales, books, like log books and stuff that we just keep. It's just nice and easy to have a tray there accessible to put it all on. Next thing to put in is our Auger screen, and this is just a tablet that we have shared data between, shared coverage I should say, between the seeder and the sprayer. So we know where everyone is, I can see where everyone is, and that way we don't seed over stuff that hasn't been sprayed. So I'm about to climb into the bin because I need to change the direction of seed. So in T3 here, we can make it so we close the bottom and then we just go into this T2, and it just means that you're only using one roller and you can go for longer. But I need to close that because that's going to be full of canola and I don't want that coming into T2. So I get to climb in. Welcome to the inside of T2. Might be a bit echoey. So this is what I'm meaning. We've got this door here, so the product just comes in here, and then we're just going out here. And the same with this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this door here into there, so the canola is only going to go out that one. We're not going to have anything in this when we do canola. Done. I'm going to leave that one open for now. We might, after doing a few tanks of canola, we might decide that we want to get a few more extra hectares, and that's when we fill this one here with fertiliser as well, with ag flow. But yeah, we'll decide that in the coming weeks. Hose is all done, tyre pressures are all done. The dad's just blowing out the air filter now, so that's come out of here. Now the next job is to chuck our weights onto the side here, because without the weight on we can't pull this bar. These are 36-inch tracks. It was all we could get when we bought it. 30-inch tracks would be much better, more power to ground. So this has got too much flotation and it just slides around. So we end up putting these on there, which is nearly equivalent to, I'll do the math on it in a sec, but I think it's about half a ton and a half. And that just sets the tractor nice, still, steady, off she goes. So the boys are about to have some fun putting these on. Pretty self-explanatory, that side there, that side there. Did I give it up? When you put them in, just make sure that you'll see that they go in evenly. They'll start to split on you. I'll go and get the spanner.
That was a long time ago we did this.
Off you go. Don't be afraid.
My back hurts. I took every single one off. What did he say? Start one side and then the other.
Take them all off.
I probably should have told you.
Yeah, this is what I was saying about the gaps. You got to watch for the gaps.
What?
Let's see if we can get
They're getting heavier, right?
Huh?
They're getting heavier. Yeah.
Oh man.
Next on our list is the oils and the filters and the fuels, and our hydraulic oil level is empty, as you can see, so we're about to top that up. So the hydraulic oil is full. You may be wondering why it was empty. We haven't done any hydraulic oil change. The reason being was it was already quite low before we started, and then when we folded the bar out, all the oil is obviously gone to all the giant rams that are on the bar, so we had to top her up. Is it still bleeding?
Yeah. It's a good written date, that.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh! You gotta pay attention. Oh. Poor tractor.
Yeah.
It's the tractor all the way around. So we've done the oil and we've done the fuel, and now we're just trying to get the fuel filter to prime up. So we're slowly getting that to work, because last time a few times ago we did this, we started it up and the fuel filter hadn't primed up quite enough, and it then took us about half an hour of fiddling around to try and get it to start. And we got it started.
So how was that?
Perfect reversing.
Oh yeah.
It's the next morning now, and I'm going to leave the video there, guys, because I think it's getting a bit long. I'm about to start welding up the bucket, and then we're also going to be calibrating the air seeder today. So watch out for the next video. And being Easter, guys, have a safe Easter and hope everybody enjoys it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.